Good evening. This is CTV News for March 22nd. I'm Janine Samuels. Thank you so much for joining us. Now for the details of that deadly fire. Patty?
Thanks, Janine. Well, an early morning fire tears through a Mount Rainier house, killing 2 people. Both victims were trapped inside the home. Our Byron Scott has more on the story.
I'm Byron Scott on the 3400 block of Eastern Avenue, and take a look behind me here. That is where the fire took place. The house is just behind that tree in the distance here. This fire started at around, you're told, 6 o'clock this morning. And actually, it was an off-duty firefighter heading to work who saw smoke coming out of the house and made the call.
Fire was very heavily advanced at that point. Firefighters were on the scene within minutes. Find this 2-story structure heavily involved with fire. I mean, the entire structure, both floors were on fire.
Investigators say there was a massive amount of clutter inside the house, making it very difficult to fight this fire. In fact, it became so intense that they had to pull the firefighters out.
When you go into a house with the excessive storage conditions like that, the normal walkways and pathways for us aren't there. It's typically just a single trail going through a home. And as we're making our way with our gear and pulling our hose and our equipment through, that material inside the house starts to collapse around us, similar to being in quicksand has been described. And that's probably the best description I've seen of it. And you lose your orientation as a firefighter. For us, it's truly a dangerous situation.
Investigators say they also were not able to find any working smoke detectors inside that house.
So far in Prince George's County, not including today, we've had 4 fatal fires, all of which were in homes that did not have a working smoke alarm, and all involved senior citizens. Approximately 50% of the homes in Prince George's County don't have a working smoke alarm, and we'll put one in for free. But we encourage people, if you can afford $20, go out and invest in your family's safety. Put a working smoke alarm in your house, and check your neighbors, check your senior citizens. Go next door, check your neighbors, and make sure they have one. If they can't afford it, spend $20 protecting their future as well.
Again, 2 victims in this fire, and the cause is still under investigation. In Mount Rainier, Byron Scott, CTV News.
And firefighters plan to return to the area to go door to door handing out smoke detectors. Well, a vehicle strikes and kills a woman in Oxon Hill this morning. The accident occurred about 5:30 at the intersection of Indian Head Highway and Kirby Hill Road.
Once they got on the scene, they observed an unresponsive adult female who was lying in the street. She was pronounced dead on the scene. We had our investigators out trying to determine the circumstances into how the collision occurred, and the striking vehicle did remain on scene.
The highway reopened about 10:30 this morning. The identities of the victim and the driver have not been confirmed at this time. Well, snow midway through March, well, as you know, that's exactly what happened here yesterday. And while this may have been a surprise to some, it seems as if Prince George's County was ready for it.
I think the roads are pretty clear, really. It looks like the state has done a good job of salting or brining the roads, so I haven't had any problems getting around.
I think they did a really good job. They came out last night about 7 or 8 o'clock, something like that, and it was dark, and they did a really good job, so I'm really pleased.
The roads in the neighborhood are okay, actually. I don't think that the snow was as bad as people thought it was going to be, and the county did a good job.
Is this normally the case when we have snow? Are the neighborhood roads normally pretty clear?
I know in the past there have been issues, but I think they must have fixed it because we didn't have any problems getting out today, or yesterday actually.
Well, this is not to say that all neighborhood roads were cleared, but hopefully yours was. Well, the 17-year-old student who opened fire at a St. Mary's High School on Tuesday morning used his father's legally owned handgun in the attack. According to the sheriff's office, Austin Rollins used the Glock pistol to shoot 16-year-old Jalen Willie at Great Mills High School. That was just before 8 a.m. Now, the two had recently ended a relationship. Rollins died after exchanging gunfire with school resource officer Blaine Gaskill. Willie remains at Prince George's Hospital Center with life-threatening injuries. 14-year-old Desmond Barnes was also injured during the shooting after he was shot in the leg. He's been discharged from a St. Mary's hospital.